Hi everyone, good morning. This is Jen from Excel Hub, and I'm here to discuss more about Google Sheets, its functions, and its usage that can help you with your everyday tasks. Or if you're a beginner and wanting to learn more about Google Sheets, this session is for you. We're going to be discussing more about the toolbars in Google Sheets. For those of you who have attended the Google Sheet 1 and 2 session in Excel Hub, we have introduced there the most common basic functions and formulas used in Google Sheets, and as well as manual database management, and as well as database management that involves some formulas. So very basic yung tinuro namin doon, and right now I'll be discussing more about the tool, not really a toolbar, but we call it all the functions in Google Sheets. So we'll try to try nating himayin one by one so that you'll be familiar with it, with its usage. And at the same time, we're going to be playing around with this data that I have on my screen. I'm going to enlarge it so that everyone can see. So like what we have mentioned before during our session, it's most for those Excel users already, it's an advantage if you are an Excel user and you know, or you've been using Excel and you've been using its basic yung mga basic function ni Excel nagagamit nyo na, you would appreciate Google Sheets more because it's almost the same. Ang beauty lang nito, I mean, even if you don't have an Excel or an MS Office installed on your computer, this is browser-based, it's via cloud, and it's very accessible sa inyo. As well as the sharing capability of Google Sheets is really amazing because you can, this is basically being used by team members or small groups or small teams for collaboration. So very, very useful siya. So I hope you stay and you get to learn more about these lessons today. So, okay, so we'll start with creating a Google Sheet. But I have discussed this already in Google Sheet 1. So it's very simple. If you have a Gmail, you'll definitely have a Gmail G Drive. All you need to do is you can click on New, and you'll be given these options. So imagine lahat yan more or less kapareho ng kung ano yung nagagawa nyo sa MS Office. So Google Docs is like MS Word, Google Sheet is like Excel, Google Slides is like PowerPoint. Okay, so right now we're going to be dealing with Google Sheet. So once you create a new file, so like you click create a new file, the default is entitled spreadsheet. So let's just say this is already your spreadsheet. So you can change your file name here. It will automatically save, or the default folder is your My Drive, which is in your Google Drive. Okay, so let's go from the basics. So you have you have file, edit, view, insert, format, data, tools, add-ons, and help. So very, very basic, guys. Yung functions ng bawat isa na to is very, very basic. I'll turn off my camera so you can have the full screen. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna enlarge this so you'll have a better. There you go. So yeah, going back, file, edit, view, insert, format. So I'll try to discuss as many as I can. We only have an hour for this session. Okay, so file. When you go to file, you have this function. Some of them are very familiar na sa inyo. You create a new spreadsheet, open, import. If you have an existing Excel sheet that you want to import here, Google Sheets can do that. Let's just say meron kang file, you have an Excel file. Gusto mo siyang ilagay sa Google Sheet. You can import it, and you can just either it's already sometimes it's already stored in your drive. or shared sa'yo, or you can also upload, select from your device. So yun. Now, make a copy. You can duplicate the sheet automatically if you click a make copy. It allows you to duplicate the copy of your sheet and download. Okay, mamaya natin gagawin pala yan. So I'll go back to file and start with share. Okay, this has been discussed also in my in the previous Google Sheet sessions in Excel Hub. So share allows you to share your worksheet with another collaborator. So pwedeng team member, pwedeng your manager, your team lead, whatever, whoever is part of your team, you can share the sheets that you are working on. There are restrictions, like I have discussed. You can share your sheet with an edit access, a comment access, and a view access. This is different. Actually, meron din siyang different icon representation. So it means, so for example, I share this to another email, and I only want him to view it, not edit anything. So you can do that. You can send that, and then an alert will be sent to that email. And once that other person sends an email, once that other person or that collaborator opens up the file, she can view the file, but she can't make any changes. Okay. So same thing with edit and comment. If you share it with an edit access, this means that the other person can make changes on your sheet. So you have to really be careful. And then if you add naman can comment, so can comment means the person can also view your file, and at the same time they can add comments like that. Okay. So that's how the share, that's how many options you can do in a share, that share link. Okay. Get shareable links sometimes, especially sa sales. Kung meron kang sales report or sales data, and you want, and sobrang dami nung, kunwari merong 20 or 50 persons sa sales team. Of course, hindi mo naman matatandaan lahat ng email, or you can't tape all the emails and then change the restriction. The best that you can do is get the shareable link. So this one, if you click on this, you can get the link and then paste it into an email if you want. If you're sending if you're sending it to a group email, or if you're sending it to a group email, you can just copy the link. Okay, let me just show you how. Copy the link like that, and then let's just say, ito na lang. Sorry guys. Yeah. So you can, like for example, you're gonna send it to, ako na lang uli. And then kunwari for example, you're sending it to the team at sales.com, just for example. So instead of like, since there's a lot in that team, or like 50 persons, you can just share the link as that. Okay, hi team, please see link below. So pwede mo ring i-click tong hyperlink para automatic, pag nakita nung team member, they can just click on the link, and then they will be led to your sheet. That's another way. Or you can also, like if you have a file name for that, you can put sample data and then click on hyperlink, and then para medyo magandang tingnan konti. Kumbaga may pangalan yung sheet mo. So all they need to do is go click on that, and they will be led here. But then if you share your link, make sure you don't give edit access. Kasi if you give edit access, then anyone can mess up with your sheet. So if you just want them to view it, just click on view, and then you're done. Okay. Advanced. Okay, there is an advanced option in sharing uh, when you try to share your file. So let's go there. So advanced, who has access? Sometimes this happens. When do you do this sharing settings, or when do you make this this kind? When do you choose this option? So usually to nangyayari within team email. Like for example, ako right now I'm using team email. So if it means that if I send out the link, or for some reason maligaw yung link ko, yung sheet ko, ang pwede lang maka-view niyan is anyone from my team. But you can change that. If you click on change, and then you see, you will be given this option. Okay, so meaning to say you're setting your sheet on public on the web. Anyone with the link on TechForce, like, well, my TechForce is my company, so like within my company, or anyone in my company with the link, and then you can turn it off and just make it available for specific people. Again, you can set it to edit, comment, and view. So you see, there's a lot of way of making your data available instead of like sending out in a normal way. If you wanted a spreadsheet to be seen by other co-members, the only thing that you can do is mag-email, send the email, attach the file, diba? But this one, while you're making your changes, if it's a report, if it's a dashboard, it's always best na, I mean, there is a lot of way to show what you were doing and share what you're doing real time to these people that could be part of your business or part of your team. Okay, so that's how sharing works, and that's how you share a spreadsheet, and that's the beauty of Google Sheets. One of the beauty of Google Sheets. Okay, so isa pa lang yung na-discuss natin, medyo mahaba na agad. So, like I said kanina, okay, so new, since we're going to be concentrating on spreadsheet, so new is if you wanted to create a new spreadsheet, and then open, same thing if you have some file stored here, or you wanted to open up a file, or if you have files that are shared with you. So para lang din tong folder options in your computer. That's okay. Import is when you want to import a file from your normal folder, like on your PC. Kunwari meron kang i-workout na, let's just say Excel file or CSV file, and you wanted to when you wanted to upload it immediately to your sheet, so you can just select a file from your device or your current computer. Okay. Next is make a copy. As I've discussed earlier, you can just duplicate a copy of your worksheet. And then this one, download as. Okay. Same with Excel and in MS Office. You can download this file as an XLS or an Excel version. Open document format. I think this is being used. I'm not really familiar with this, but what I'm familiar with is PDF. So meaning to say you can have a PDF version of this file. If you click on that, ganyan na magiging itsura niya. So you can set it to landscape or portrait, and then you can also, para ka na rin nag-print preview. If you are familiar with print preview in MS Excel, that's how it works. So you can set your headers. Yeah. So yeah, you can explore, and then after that you can just export. And then eto na, meron ka ng PDF version ng file mo. So usually yan ginagamit pag magpa-present or yeah, litan ko lang kasi. Okay, so I hope you can see. Yan. So if you download a PDF version of your file, that it would look like that. Okay, so going back tayo dito sa sample natin. Okay, so comma separated value, it will also convert that to CSV. So different use, if you're gonna be using this for a program, so it's gonna be in an HTML format. So those are your download options. And you can also directly email this as an attachment. So again, for collaboration, ito na yung pinakamadali. You can just, kasi kung naka-load yung Excel sheet mo, definitely naka-login ka sa email mo. So automatic, you can directly send an email to whoever your, kung sino man yung team member or teammate mo that you wanted to have a copy of this file. Email, that's email. Make available offline. This is actually new. Hindi ko pa siya nagagamit. So this siguro, if you are, let's just say, as an example, you are traveling and then you don't have internet yet, you can turn this on, and most probably when you go to Google Drive, you will be able, I haven't tried it, okay? Let me just check. Okay, so from what I've gathered, make available offline is mostly useful for if you're trying to access your file on a mobile device. So if you have already downloaded before, so technically kung meron kang cellphone tapos may Google Drive siya, pag in-open mo yung Google Drive mo, nandun na yung file, and then you wanted, like nawalan ka ng data or you don't have online access on your phone, but the file is already there in your Google Drive, you'll be able to access it offline. So you'll be able to view it. And then you'll be able to make edits, but and then you can upload or all the changes that have been made will be uploaded once you get connected. So, which very rare, I would say, very rare na ginagamit yung make available offline. But just for the sake of testing, yes, I think that's how it works. So, you may readily access ka lang. Kung halimbawa nasa phone ka, nakakuha ka ng alert from your team member that you need to view on a sheet, then you have already previously downloaded it or viewed it, and then wala ka ng internet, but it's shared offline, then you'll be able to view it even though wala kang data at that moment. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so ito yung isa sa mga pinakamagandang feature ni Google Sheet, version history. Okay. Well, version history is like if most computer science graduates probably or yung mga computer enthusiasts na mga matatagal na would, if you remember undelete na option when you accidentally deleted a file, or let's just say your di ba sa computer natin pag may aksidente tayo na delete, parang feeling mo wala ka ng way to get it back. And then there's an undelete option wherein you can restore back your files. Now, Google Sheet has a better way of doing that. This is where version history comes in. See, version history, okay, so in automatically, see Google Sheet auto-saves whatever you're doing. Since it's cloud-based, so lahat ng ginagawa mo real-time, sinesave niya in real-time. Real-time also. Version history, you need this if, for example, someone messes up with your sheet. For example, accidentally, na-share with edit mo yung file mo. And then, for some reason, someone mess it up or may naglagay ng data or na-mess up ng formula and all. Version history is your best friend. So, you can see here kung sino. If you click on, okay, let's go back. Let's close it again. Kasi mukhang hindi, medyo mabilis yung pindot ko. Okay. Okay, if you click on, oh no, nawala. If you click on file, are we still recording? Okay. If you click on file and you click on version history, you can actually save this as your current version. Pero ito yung talagang kicker ng ni version history. When you click on see version history, you'll be able to see sino nag-touch ng file mo. Okay? So, you'll be able to see kung ano yung mga uh, meron siyang interval eh. I'm just not too sure about kasi I don't really keep track of the intervals. But ang maganda dito, whoever touch your sheet, you'll be able to see here. So malalaman mo rin kung sino yung culprit. Malalaman mo rin kung halimbawa may pinapa-update ka tapos hindi ginawa or kung anong oras ginawa. So this really basically tracks all the changes that has been made on your sheet. So if you wanted to go back to a version, or kumbaga parang natatandaan mo, kunwari nagkamali ka or may formula kang nakalimutan, pero natatandaan mo na the last time that you made that change and you needed that information. So this is a way for you to go back. So yun din, malalaman mo, kunwari maraming user na nakalagay dyan that messed up with your file, you will be able to restore it. So like, if I'm gonna go back here, gusto kunwari, ang dami ko nagawang changes nung 26, mali pala. Kailangan ko palang i-retrieve yung ginawa ko nung 23rd. So you can go back here, make a copy of that. Okay, it will automatically populate to you yung copy. And then it will give you that version. So you'll be able to backtrack what you need to backtrack or kung meron kang changes na gagawin. So like ito, yung version ko ng 23 empty pa siya. Okay? So that's you can do a copy kung halimbawa hindi ka sigurado dun sa mga babaguhin mo. You can either restore this version or you can make a copy of that version and then compare. So that way, you'll be able to retrieve whatever you have lost or kung meron kang gustong baguhin. So, ayan na po natuloy tayo sa copy of samples. Okay, so going back. So, yun ang gamit ni version history, which is very, very, very useful. Okay. So, huwag kayong antukin guys ha. Okay, so rename. It's very easy. I mean, this is just another shortcut version. I mean, long cut version pala tong rename. Pero ito yung shortcut version. You can just click on the file name and change it. Move. If you also want to organize your files and you want to put it in certain folder, that's how move works. Add shortcut to drive if you just want to create a shortcut to your drive. Move to trash, of course, if you want to delete it. Publish to the web. There are certain companies or small, medium enterprises that they want their sheets to be published. Siguro kung dashboard to, this is also one way. Yan. More on the scripting side na to. I don't recommend it yet for beginners, but this is an option for your sheet to be loaded or to be inserted in a web page. So yun yung use niya. Document details, it just tells you details where it's stored, sinong last modified and when it's created. And then spreadsheet settings. Okay, ako naging useful to sa akin kasi kunwari you have different clients and then you want your sheet, sometimes like Australia and US has different date settings. So sometimes mas maganda if you will set, kunwari may client ka na US or may client ka na Australia or UK. But US and Australia kasi magkaiba yung date setting nila. So yun, this is where you can change your spreadsheet setting depending on like if your job is time zone sensitive. So yun. And then of course print. If you have a printer, you can automatically just print or you have that print option on your. Okay, so that's basically how file that I think na-touch natin lahat ng functions ni file. Very easy, di ba? I mean, very basic. Very basic yung information na nandito or yung mga functions nitong nandito. So don't forget all those and you can just do trial and error, see how each function works according to your needs. Okay, so that's how it works. With edit, it's very common also. Undo, redo, uh, basically, ito na rin yung toolbar na yan. Ito lang yung worded version niya. Cut and paste, very basic. We already know that. Okay, paste has a lot of options. We also have this in Excel. So you have paste values, paste format only, paste all except borders. So these are really self-explanatory. Sometimes, if for example, wala tayong formula example dito, but paste values is just copying and pasting as is. Okay, so it's very, very basic. I'm sure alam nyo na yung usage niyan. And then, paste data validation only. Okay, we'll go back to this once we have touched on data validation kasi nandito pa yun. Okay, so what else? Okay, so that's how some of the functions of edit works. It's very basic naman. I'm sure if you are computer literate, you'll be able to test some of these functions by yourself. Clear notes. Sometimes we can put notes on certain cells. So like this one, you right click and then insert note. Dalawa kasi yan eh. You can insert note and then you can insert comment also. But we'll go to note first. So like important to log. Kunwari yan, naglagay ka ng note dyan. And then dito, naglagay ka rin ng insert note. And then, you felt na, okay, done ka na dun sa note, you can just highlight your cells and then go to edit and then clear notes. So, mawawala na siya. So, yun lang yung purpose niya ni clear notes. Now, we go to view. See, freeze, just like in MS Excel, it allows you to freeze your data so you can view it more properly kung meron kang gustong tignan. Kunwari ito, ang haba ng data mo and you can't remember ano nga ba yung header ko. So, si freeze will help you. So, freeze, like for example, first row, yung meron lang siyang default setting na 1 row, 2 row, and then 1 to 2 column, up to column A. But you can use this freeze option and you can also use this. Like if you drag your mouse on this section and you push your bar, drag it all the way where you want to freeze it, mag-freeze yan dyan. And then also, so that's freezing your column. And if you want to freeze first row, you just drag this line down here. So, yeah, frozen na siya. I mean to say, kung thousands na yung data mo, and it's, hindi na siya easy on the eyes, that's your way of freezing your screen, or freezing your sheet, so you can be able to work on it more properly. Okay, what else? Grid lines, you can turn off your grid lines, mawala siya if you want to like do something fancy on your sheet, make the format different. So if enough mo na yung grid lines and you wanted to, kunwari, this section, you want to color it, like change your borders like that. So, okay. And or you wanted to color red, change your borders, or something like, ito na lang kasi malaki pala siya. Yan. So, yun lang yung purpose ni grid lines. Protected range, okay. Ito medyo, I would say medyo complicated si protected range. Why? Ito kasi minsan nagkakaproblema yung dahil ayaw mo mapakialaman yung file mo, you protect your sheet, and then you only allow them to access certain columns or rows if you want. Okay, ako I usually do this kasi I collaborate with a number of people in our team. So, and madalas na rin ako mabiktima ng ng messed up worksheet. So what I do is I lock my sheet, and then I give them the access to, sorry about that. I just give them access on where they can edit or where can they make their comments. For example, this is your worksheet, and you have a, say, comments section. Okay. And this is the only area where you want them to gusto nyo lang sila dito maglagay ng comments. So what you do is you protect your sheet. So by doing that, you nawawala na ako ng boses. Protected range. Saan na ba yun?